I'd rather make 50K and my wife make 50K before I go and make 250 by myself and be the only income. Both bring in 110, $120,000 together. That's good money, especially with no kids. We have no big overhead.
Whoa, 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 whoa there, cowboy. Hold on for a second. Did he say that he'd rather make 50,000 and then his wife make 50,000 instead of him making 250,000? Is this like room 9 math? Is this what kind of nonsense? Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Just want to make sure that we all on the same page here, guys.
I'd rather make 50K and my wife make 50K before I go and make 250 by myself and be the only income. Both bring in 110, $120,000 together. That's good money, especially with no
First of all, 50,000 and 50,000 ain't 110, 120 together. That's 100.
kids. We have no big overhead. That's great. You go on vacations whenever you want to. All you got to do is just go work your shift, split everything, and y'all good. It's not really splitting, y'all locked in together, to be honest. Versus a man that makes 250K, has to take care of the kids, has to take care of his wife because she doesn't work. That money is long gone. And he's carrying most of the stress. His work-life balance is upside down because he has to bring in all of that income from all of those people for all of those mouths to feed. So that money gets stretched. So yes, 50-50 is better than single income.
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now, I am a person that advocates for people working together for whatever your situation is, because all situations are different, right? Sometimes you have a situation where both of y'all gotta work or both of y'all should work, because I do believe that women need to be purposeful, especially when you don't have children. Doesn't really matter what it is that he makes, but as long, and it really don't even matter what she brings in once he's productive. But if y'all are together and y'all don't have children, then she still need to be purposeful. So find something that's meaningful to your life, especially if y'all plan on having kids later, because maybe you want her to be a stay-at-home mother because you don't want the daycare raising your children. So I'm not removing the idea that people need to both contribute, because it should all go into one pot. And again, I know different people do different things, but whatever. But this shit right here, this just looks like pure laziness. This is just pure, I'm just a slow motion. I don't want to grind. I don't want to hustle. I don't want to be anything more than whatever it is that I am. And I'm okay with just working a regular job, which nothing is wrong with a regular job, but I have no ambition to be anything more than what I am. And this is what I don't like about a lot of these guys. And I have to be an equal accountability smoke giver, because I get on women all the time for some of the mistakes that they make. I get on Africans, I get on white people, I get on black people, I get on Asians, I get on illegal migrants. I got to continue to keep the foot on a lot of these lazy people's necks, because number one, 250 is always going to be better than 100. I don't know where y'all getting this math from. I don't know who said it. I don't know who, what, where. I don't know where y'all got that from or whatever. But if I ever run into a person, woman or man, that has no children or whatever, have children or whatever, but if I see them and they say, yo, Anton, man, skip that. I'd rather take a $200,000 pay cut from 250 to 50,000 and require somebody else to be able to contribute. I'm like, what's wrong with you? And here's a caveat to that, right? It doesn't actually remove her from being able to work or do whatever it is that she got to do, but you just live a much, let me tell you something, bro. The difference between 100 and 250 is vast. It's a lake, it's an ocean. All right, it is huge. All right, and that's whether both of y'all working, not working. If you make 125 and she make 125 and y'all making 250 together, listen, there never should be any lack. Y'all should be able to pay off y'all house fast. You should be able to live the life that you want. You should never have to be able to finance a car. Now, unless you just bad with money and you got bad habits and you raising up your standard of living to meet an expectation in order to keep up with the Joneses, 250 for two people should never not be enough. You have to be mindful of where you live. You got to make sure that you're not trying to increase your lifestyle, and you need to just run your own race and stay in your lane. And that is the way that most people become millionaires, is not through opening up a business. It's because they have equity, they make smart decisions, they invest in a 401k. You could make some moves, honestly. At 250, you're essentially bringing home a little less than 20, what, 20,000, 21, $22,000 a month. Not bringing home, you're grossing about 21, $22,000 a month. Let's say you bring home 17, 18, or whatever. Man, you making moves. You straight. Y'all should be good. She shouldn't have no problems. You shouldn't have no problems. None of that type of stuff. So if you're telling me that you're willing to take a $200,000 pay cut so that you can then have a woman come and contribute, because number one, as a man, and this is just me personally, I'm never going to depend on a woman. Even if hypothetically, because again, I've been married for 21 years, my wife hasn't worked in 18 of them because my daughter is 17 years old. And so the minute that my daughter was born, that's when we cut that out. And then she had the option to be able to work if she wanted to. When my daughter became old enough to actually go to school full time, we opted against that because it was best that she just become a full-time mother still, while at the same time being nurturing. My daughter got into Taekwondo. We traveled all over the country in order to go to her competitions. She's been doing that for a long time. Also, we decided that it's best for her to take a role in the companies that I was building instead of doing all. So the dynamics, you have to make an adjustment according to whatever it is that you make. But I'm never going to depend on her, ever. Now, people go through things. You get laid off, you have problems, you got to make an adjustment. So, cool. All right. So, you help, you work together, you figure that out or whatever. But long term, my goal is never to depend on a woman in order for us to survive. That's just being a man. If she works and then we put it all in one pot, cool. But that don't mean that I need you. That means that it's a nice to have, or we just gonna work together, or all of that type of stuff. But to be dependent on a woman and say, listen, I need this and I'm willing to forego $200,000, every single woman should run. And this is nothing that you would ever hear me say in most instances. I think that most people are regular. Most people make 40, $50,000 a year. They work together, they try to get it together, and then if they don't do too much credit card debt and all of that, they should be fine. You will never in a normal circumstance ever hear Anton from Anton Daniels say that most women should avoid and dodge a dude that is trying to send them to work, because he is going to take a less job, a smaller job than he would normally do. So, Jesus Christ. I mean, I can't even believe that I'm having this conversation. What man in their right mind that is not room 9, that does not have a learning disability, would ever say that I want to take a $200,000 pay cut from $250 to $50,000? I don't know a man that would ever say. Most men that are the most incel type of guys would rather make 250 and help take care of a chick than make 50 and depend on a chick. That's how crazy this whole thing sounds. That's how insane it sounds to hear a man say that he would rather. I got to play this all over again because I just want to make sure that I heard it all together. And this may be a conversation that we got to have on after hours. I don't know a man that would take a pay cut of $200,000 voluntarily. And usually when you get to that level, it get easier to make money instead of it being more difficult at the 50 level.
I'd rather make 50K and my wife make 50K before I go and make 250 by myself and be the only income. Both bring in $110,000, $120,000 together. That's good money, especially with no kids. We have no big overhead. That's great. Go on vacations whenever you want to. All you got to do is just go work your shift, split everything, and y'all good. It's not really splitting, y'all locked in together, to be
My mental health is tied to my success. Fuck all of that other shit.
honest. Versus a man that makes 250K, has to take care of the kids, has to take care of his wife because she doesn't work. That money is long gone. And he's carrying most of the stress. His work-life balance is upside down because he has to bring in all of that income from all of those people for all of those mouths to feed. So that money gets stretched. So yes, 50-50 is better.
Y'all let me know what y'all maybe I'm off, fellas. Maybe I'm off, ladies. Maybe I'm off, people. Y'all let me know what y'all think inside of the chat. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. This is some dusty shit right here.